Hello and welcome to the Metroplus show, where we present to you fascinating stories from your favorite newspaper supplement, the Hindu Metroplus. They say old habits die hard, and if you have scaled some of the country's highest peaks and emerged unscathed out of landslides and cyclones, all on your pet Royal Enfield, then it is impossible to remain contained in your 4x4 office cabin. Meet an interior designer by profession and an adventure biker by passion, who is all set to go full throttle after a long break of 11 years. Girish Mylandla at 47 is no spring chicken, but he sure shows the heart of a 20-year-old every time he dons his biking gloves and kickstarts his 17-year-old companion, a 500cc Royal Enfield Lightning. Meet an interior designer by profession who is born with a passion for the wheels and is all set to resume his second innings as an adventure biker after a hiatus of 11 years.
I've been having this bike for the past 17 years. I bought this bike first in 1994, and since then I've done more than 9 rides all over India, and out of which 4 are solo expeditions, starting from Chennai all the way to Leh Ladakh and back.
His expeditions in the past have left him with many tales to tell. It's been a long ride where picking out the most memorable experience is probably harder than scaling a 10,000 feet high peak. One such experience is an interesting race that he won.
Sort of welcome the millennium sun and travel as the sun travels from the east to the west coast as it sets on the western side. So I decided to do a 720-kilometer ride non-stop, which would mean a top speeds of 110 to 130 kilometers per hour speeds. And when the highways were only 2-lane and not 6-lane as it is today. So it was the most memorable ride I had. But what I was most satisfied was, though the ride came to a halt, I had beaten the Shatabdi, which started along with me at Chennai at 6 a.m. by 3 minutes. That was something amazing.
Girish on his bike has scaled peaks like Tanglangla, Lachulangla and Baralachla, all taller than 15,000 feet, with Khardungla being the tallest at 18,380 feet. And each time he has come out unscathed, of course, with many interesting tales to tell and many lessons learned.
The Odisha cyclone, then the floods in West Bengal, then we had these landmine zones in Kargil where I had to travel with my bike, where the landmines had been planted by these terrorists, and during the Kargil war in 98 and 99. I also traveled in pitch darkness when the missiles were coming down from the Pakistani side and Kargil was being bombed.
Some unachieved targets and some unconquered territories lie ahead of Girish now, as a welcome to adventure biking after a long time. For Girish, mental preparation and a good plan is what has worked before and will do each time.
It's a lot of mental preparation. It calls for a disciplined mind. The planning from Chennai to the destination well planned. Each halt is planned. The number of kilometers which I will travel per day is planned. And the bike is well prepared for a minimum of 6 days, which means every week as I travel, the 7th day I will take a day off. Could be a Saturday or a Sunday, and the bike is tuned well. And then I also have a rest day of 1 day, which means every 3,000 kilometers, I have a halt section. And the most immediate expedition this year will be the Chennai to Siachen and back. Because I've done Chennai to Kadungla and back, so Siachen is not much far away.
We are definitely curious to know if Girish can chase the sun down this time. We will slip into a short break here. But when we return, it's a very colorful segment waiting for us on this episode of the Metroplus show.